tap water, depending on where you live, granted that's a huge part of it, is there could be medications in there. There could be huge amounts of fluoride or chlorine in there. There could be bacteria in there. You name it. Your tap water is the last place you should really look to get water, if you can. Also, a lot of your bottled waters have come out and just said, this is just tap water bottled, pretty much. So make sure that you're getting some of your better waters. I always like to get the ones from Trader Joe's or Whole Foods, to where it's the electrolyte enhanced water. Tastes great, and it's straight from some of the greatest springs here, not only in this country but in different countries, where it's all purified, clean water with nothing else in it. So make sure you can get those, and it's fairly cheap too. So water is a huge thing. Water is 70% of your body's makeup. So if you're not getting that water intake, guess what? All those cells that make up your body are actually dehydrated. Makes sense, doesn't it? So if you're not getting the water in, where can the body get the water from? We get a little bit from food, nowhere near as much as if you just took a glass of water and drank it, obviously. So you want to make sure you're getting the proper water intake on a daily basis to make sure that every cellular function can happen how it's supposed to. And that also ties in with the nerve supply. Are the nerves telling the cells how to do it? So see how all 5 essentials actually revolve around one another and actually intercorrelate. So if one is actually starving, or one is actually not working at 100%, or you're not living that essential as well or as best as you can, you're going to get a breakdown in the other 4 essentials as well. And it makes perfect sense. So the way to be as healthy as you can is live all 5 essentials as well and as best and as positively as you can. And that's how I help get sick people well in my office every single day, is I focus on those 5 essentials. Granted, I am an upper cervical chiropractor, but by dealing with those other things, it's not necessarily chiropractic, but it does deal with your overall wellness, if that makes sense. And that's really what I strive to do. I strive to build a community of well or healthy people around me. I don't want sick and dying and people who aren't getting enough out of their energy levels and aren't getting enough out of their daily life to be in my community. I don't want those people making decisions in my community. I don't want those people have to be medicated for certain reasons, therefore altering their train of thought. So that's another thing, those medications that a lot of people are quick to jump on just because doctors say so. A lot of people are quick to take those medications, but what that's doing is adding another toxin to your body, which is the 5th essential. But it's also, what a lot of them will do is actually alter your decision making and your mood. So those are huge things. And also, a lot of them will actually alter your digestive system as well. So there's 3 other essentials right then and there that it affects. It affects your digestive system and what you get out of your diet. Maybe it affects how hungry you are. So maybe you're not as hungry all the time, so you don't even eat. It affects your nerve supply. It affects your brain. So your brain can't properly function to send those signals to the rest of the body on how to perform each organ's vital function in the body. And also, what does it do to your mindset? What if it makes you depressed? What if it makes you suicidal? What if it makes you not want to come out of your room? These are all things. So it affects the max mind, the max nerve supply, and also the max diet essential, just off one medication maybe. And I know a handful of people that are doing 4, 5, 6, 7, even 10 different medications. But anyway, back to the diet and how diet really plays an important role in our systems and our overall daily health. And diet isn't just weight loss, like I talked about. How many people have tried a different diet? I know I have. I've tried the high protein diet when I was in college, trying to put on muscle, trying to look good on those spring breaks I went on. Especially the pool season too. You try to be as fit as you can, so you try to do the high protein, low carb, different diets that way. You're ingesting the protein shakes and all sorts of other stuff. So I've done that. There's the Atkins diet was a big one there for a while. How many people have tried Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers or South Beach diet, or I saw one on Facebook, the Taco Bell diet. Some guy ate Taco Bell every meal and lost a bunch of weight. That's not healthy. And a good way to look at it isn't that it's actually a diet. a good way to look at it is that it's a way of eating. Because if it's just a diet, that just means that it's temporary. You're only doing this to get to create something, whether it's a weight loss, feel better, look better, whatever it is. It's only temporary. It's not permanent. So the way to go around that is to actually make sure you are changing your lifestyle or your diet lifestyle on how you eat, what you eat, and when you eat it is also a very big, vital role in what you consume in your body, in your diet. So just because you're looking to lose weight, anyone can lose weight. They really can. And if you starve yourself enough, you're going to lose weight. But we would all agree that it's not healthy to do that, right? So what if there's a great way to actually eat as much as you want and still lose weight? And a great way to do that is load up on the vegetables. Load up on those things like kale and broccoli and cauliflower. And I know not everyone likes all these, but you're going to have the 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 vegetables that you love to eat. I know me personally, I can't do raw broccoli. I cannot do it. It tastes like I'm breaking off a stick of a tree and trying to eat that. And I can't do that. But if I steam it a little bit, then there we go. I can eat that all day long then. So it just softens it up a little bit for me. And actually when you steam it, you still get all the nutritional benefits from there. But if you boil it, guess what? When you boil it, all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients get boiled right out of it. So they're actually in the water that you boil the broccoli or vegetable, whatever it is, it's in there. But then when you strain it, all those vitamins, minerals, and nutrients go right down the drain. So you're not really getting a whole lot of it if you do it that way. The best way is raw for sure. And if you can't do it raw, then I would do it steamed. And if you can't do it steamed, a great way to get all of your vegetables is to blend it and to put it into a smoothie. So a lot of people think, oh, I can't do a broccoli smoothie. But you'd be surprised. If you actually get a good blender like a Vitamix or I think Montel Williams has one out as well. Those are actually pretty good blenders, and where it blends it up into almost a liquid. If you can do that, and what you do is you throw in a fruit, throw in a peach, throw in an apple, throw in some blueberries, throw in whatever your fruit is, and chances are it's going to taste great, but it's also going to take away that broccoli taste or that kale taste or that just vegetable-y taste, and you're not even going to know you're getting all those nutrients. So, but a lot of people will juice their stuff, but if you're familiar with the juicer, when you plug it in and you put it in there so it has a little fountain or spout out the back of it, what it's doing is it's spitting the pulp out the back and you're getting the juice or the water contents of it. And that's great for you to drink, but most of your vitamins and nutrients and everything are coming out the back in that pulp-like stuff, call it stuff that comes out the back. So all it is just ground up portions of that vegetable or fruit, whatever it is, and what you want to do is that's the meat and potatoes of what you really want there. So a great way to do that is just throw it back in a soup or throw it back in a broth, a chicken broth or a vegetable broth, and make a soup out of it, and you're getting all those vegetables and all those nutrients from those vegetables on a daily basis. And that's really what the advanced plan is really all about, is substituting those different things, the chips, I can't even name off many of these, the potatoes, the au gratin potatoes, the cheesy potatoes, the different pasta salads, the different sides. If you can substitute those, which everyone is used to doing, if you can substitute those for your raw fruits and vegetables, more vegetables like I've been saying, you're going to become healthier. And that's what the advanced plan is all about. And it shows you different and great ways for an alternative for that. I'm going to post more recipes actually from here. We'll actually look it up and I'll actually post it right on there. So a great way to do it is if you just buy the book, you have a plethora of recipes right then and there. Not only just for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but also snacks, also condiments, also cakes, cookies, breads, you name it. And there are actually healthy ways to do it to where you're cutting out the sugars and grains, or the pastas and breads and all those different grains that are going to turn into fat and sugars in your body. You're cutting all those out of your system from the very get-go. And what they've done is they've actually made it super duper healthy and super easy to really actually do it. All you have to do is just sit in the kitchen and actually just cook it right then and there. It shows you how to do it. It tells you how much to get of every single thing. It tells you what steps to do it in. It tells you exactly how to do it. And there are actually even even videos out there to showing you how to do it. So we may actually even do that for one of these shows. What we might do is actually show me in the kitchen cooking these things and show you how easy it is, and you can just make enough for the entire week, like I talked about earlier, making sure that actually you have your healthy lunches for the entire week. So it's super easy to do. And actually we are just about out of time. So that is, we're right up on our hour right now. And actually next week we'll probably cover diet as well, because we didn't really get into everything that's in this book. Like I said, it's the Maximized Living Nutritional Plans. It's the book. It's fairly new. It came out in August of 2010. So finding it on Amazon or anything like eBay, it's probably not going to be too readily accessible on there yet. But it's super, super cheap. It's only $25, but it's a great almost cookbook. And not only does it explain what to eat, but it explains why you should eat it. So there's one last thing that I really wanted to touch on before we get off the air here today. So I talk about this. Everyone thinks fruits and vegetables, do I need to buy organic, or can I buy just the regular Schnucks or Dierberg's brand or Julafsco brand? There's actually what's called the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. So the Dirty Dozen, you want to buy organic every single time. And the Clean 15, it doesn't really matter if you do or not. And most of them on the Clean 15 will have like an outer shell to it almost, to where it's got a protective shell from the pesticides and herbicides and all those different things. And your Dirty Dozen will not. So it's kind of self-explanatory, but I'm going to read those off right here because I can never remember all of them, and I know I'll forget at least one of them. So, Dirty Dozen, the things that you should buy organic every single time while you're at the grocery store. So most of these are going to be fruits, but you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here. So peaches, apples, which Granny Smith apples are the only apples that are really that low in sugar that you should really have on a daily basis. Bell peppers, celery, nectarines, strawberries, cherries, kale, lettuce or spinach, imported grapes, carrots, and pears. So those are 12 things. I'm going to run through those again. Peaches, apples, bell peppers, celery, nectarines, strawberries, cherries, kale, lettuce, grapes, carrots, and pears. Those are the 12 things that you should buy organic every single time. The Clean 15 with the lower pesticides, with almost an outer shell to protect the actual part that you eat. The Clean 15 is what you don't necessarily have to buy organic every single time. It's good if you do, but maybe cost effectively or maybe just readily accessible, you don't have to every single time. So onions, avocados, sweet corn, pineapple, mangoes, asparagus, sweet peas, kiwi, cabbage, eggplant, papaya, watermelon, broccoli, tomatoes, and sweet potatoes. So those are really the only fruits and vegetables that you should even be buying. So there's 27 here total. Surely you can find some sort of mix and match that you like and that you can actually have on a daily basis. And if you mix them up and match them right, I mean, you could go months without even ever having the same exact combination of fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. So those Clean 15 again: onions, avocados, sweet corn, pineapple, mangoes, asparagus, sweet peas, kiwi, cabbage, eggplant, papaya, watermelon, broccoli, tomato, and sweet potato. So those are the 27 things combined with the Dirty Dozen of things that you should buy, just fruits and vegetables in general. So the Dirty Dozen you buy organic, the Clean 15, it's not that big of a deal if you buy organic. So thank you very much for tuning in this week. We really hit the advanced plan or healing diet pretty hard today. I know it's a lot to take in, but if you have any questions, don't forget to not only ask questions on Facebook at Living for Life with Dr. Peter Smith, or you can email me at livingforliferadio@yahoo.com, and I'll make sure that I either address it on Facebook or even that I can even just email you right back as well if you have any questions or concerns. So make sure you get those questions out there. We'll definitely cover diet again next week, and we'll kind of get into some recipes as well too. So I'll be posting those